What's going on, guys? Your boy Mason. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, I'm gonna be discussing my achievement of 13 million box CC, and I'm gonna be explaining to you guys how I was able to do my last push to actually get to the 13 million from, I think it was about like 12.7 12.8 million. I did like a 200-300k CC push, and in this video I'm gonna be explaining how I was able to do that, and kind of just going over my box and just the important things that I want to cover with the 13 million as well. So let's hop in and let's discuss. Before we actually hop into the video though, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to the 40,000 subscribers. Guys, I have a 40k special in the works. So if you guys are excited and definitely want to see that, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. And without the way, guys, let's hop in and let's discuss my main global whale account and how I was able to get that 13 million. So pretty much the main thing that it comes to into when you're actually pushing for box CC, especially later on, is going to be gear, man. Like anything else you do is not really going to be too much of a CC increase, and especially if you're just trying to like level up all your characters and all that, that's probably not going to be the greatest way of getting your specifically box CC. I think the best way to get box CC is definitely going to be just gearing your entire box. Now, if we actually go to the gear here, guys, and we just kind of scroll down here and look at the gear that I'm actually running on my characters, you can kind of see here that it's just mainly HP defense unless attack crit damage is necessary. Like if we have like a few examples here, like my Mael right here, if I actually switch to HP, we should have actually more CC because that's UR gear. Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, like in general though, most characters are going to be having HP defense unless you know, their other gear set is actually attack crit damage. If attack crit damage is their other set, then they can have attack crit damage. But majority of the characters in my box are on the HP defense set, and what I actually did as well to make that final push was I went to all my HP defense characters, and Deldry's not a good example because she didn't have the bottom piece. But right here, so I'd kind of go to like every character that had a slot open here. So usually it would kind of look like this, where it would just be like a non-upgraded rune, and then I'd have like my upgraded belt. But pretty much what I would do is I would swap out this by using the tier 5 awakened SSR equipment selection tickets, and these tickets they you just get kind of throughout just doing events in general, and I had a ton of them stockpiled up. And so what I did is I would click on HP, and then I would make exchange, and then I would actually swap it onto the character. But I don't need actually need to do it right now because we did it there, but I'll do another example for like one of these other characters right here. So like Deldry, so if I actually go here and I select the HP part and actually click this one, so we can click this, then we actually go to exchange, and then they're going to be like, would you like to replace the new equipment? And you actually do, and that's going to be a CC increase right there. We were at 13.2 million, and now we actually did gain around give or take, it was like what, 600 CC right there, which is not too bad. So yeah, like that was the main way I went about it. Another way that is very, very whale heavy, but like you can definitely do it though with like lower tier gear, is just by re-rolling the gear. So like as an example, like if I was to go to, I don't know, like one of these characters here, right? And we gotta find the rare gear. Oh well, this is a good example too, but this is the maxed out ultimate gear, or the gear where it's just 15% rolls on every piece. But I want to go to like rare gear right here. So like rare gear, you can actually re-roll with gold, and so because you're able to do that, if you guys are like lower box CC, running like you know, R pieces on your bottom slots are actually like a really good way to actually increase box CC as well. You can like have both the belt and the rune be R rarity, but just make sure that you roll them with HP because it's only going to cost gold anyway. And if you're able to infinitely farm gold, then you're not really going to see you know, an issue in actually doing that. It's just a very time consuming process, I will say. So like what I would like to do, it was probably get a lot of these characters to get around like 13.5 plus on the HP for the R pieces at the very least. But I usually don't like to go with R pieces, and the reason why I don't personally is because if I'm making a new gear set, I like to just have the gear ready. I don't like to have like R pieces kind of in the middle and you know, me having to swap it out. I'd rather just have like this set from Deldry here, and I'll just trade it onto a character that I'm gonna make UR gear for, and I'll just start leveling up all the pieces. That's mainly what I like to do. So another example here with Denzel right here, if I was to get like, if I had an R piece of gear that was like a you know, like a rune for HP, I could just re-roll that for HP stats, because you know, when you try and re-roll like the higher grade gear, so like when I actually replace this with one of these, when I actually try to re-roll one of these, it's obviously gonna cost anvils, which is a lot more expensive, obviously, right? No one has like infinite anvils, so this is gonna be a very, very expensive process, even if you were to put it to 1% and start re-rolling for HP. So yeah, you can definitely do that though. By the way, so if you are like looking for HP on your rolls, you literally could go to the gear, set it to 1% HP. The moment you get an HP roll, stop you know, re-rolling and move on to the next piece. You can definitely do that as well. So there is you know, there is that into play. So yeah, that was the main thing that I did personally, guys, to actually make that final push. You know, reset like applying that gear on each of my characters, I was able to gain a lot. And then just making sure that you have majority HP defense. The only time you should be running attack crit is if it's a UR gear set for the character. So like mono right here, I have attack crit UR, so I'm actually not going to swap that out with HP because we already, you know, it's engraved, you know, it's like UR gear at that point. Like when I scroll down here, like you guys can see, every single character from the bottom is actually on an HP defense set as we scroll down here, and that's because none of them have extra UR sets that I'm going to be slapping on them for like attack crit or anything like that, other than like Jericho, right? She's another character I had attack crit, but like you can see that majority of my characters here are all just on HP defense, which is pretty much what you want to do, right? That is like the main way to increase your box CC and get a substantial increase. Now, other things that I've done on my account obviously have just been like leveling up characters. This kind of comes into like the GP type of thing, but we can kind of talk about it as well. But on constellation, I'm actually very close to my C6, so I'm gonna actually make a video and show you guys how much CC you actually do gain up when you actually do get C6. So it'll be me getting the defense node, but once I'm able to get that defense node, which I'm 75 GP away, so probably when that new Matrona drops, I'll have enough. But once I get that node, I'll make a video showing how much constellation and how much CC you actually do gain for C6. Right, because you do gain a lot of stats right here, right? 6k HP, 480 defense, and then 400 attack. That's a very substantial increase, guys. And so, yeah. Constellation is obviously part of it, but the main thing that the reason why I went for 13 million is because of the hero attack 1%. So if you actually look at the previous, I'm not able to see previous, but pretty much the previous combat class buff list, it would only be defense percent and HP percent. But the moment you get to 13 million, you do start to get the 1% attack, and then it starts to scale up. And then obviously, oh, right here, you guys can actually see it. So like these are the lower ones, right? So you start to get defense around like the 4.5 million, and then you start scaling up. And then you're only going to be getting attack once you get to that 13 million, because you can see 12.5 only has the defense and the HP. So yeah, very important to actually push for higher box CC, guys. It's always going to increase your stats. Box CC though is not as important as constellation. A lot of people get that misconception like, oh amazing, do I need this amount of box CC for like this type of content? You probably don't need any amount of box CC to clear any type of content. As long as you have the characters made for it, you should be fine and you shouldn't have too many issues. But yeah, no, so since I'm very close to getting Constellation 6, I'll definitely make a video on that. But you guys can kind of get a gist of like how much I've invested in my account based on how far I am in Gluttony. So once I finish Gluttony, I'll be on C6, and that's when I'll really have those like crazy whale stats and be able to like LTC pretty much everybody. And yeah, and then the only character I'm really missing in my box, guys, is going to be the Camilla. I have every other collab character though on my box. So if you actually go to if we filter to characteristic, alright guys, so for the collab characters here, I'm pretty much not missing a single collab character on my box. So the only actual character I am missing on my account is that Camilla, the blue one. So that's like the only one really holding me back from increasing more box CC, or even just like, you know, getting more GP and constellation. If I had her, I probably would be at that C6 already. But you know, that Camilla, as you guys know, wasn't really too great of a character on her release anyway, so I didn't really feel you know, obligated to even pick her up. And I feel like you guys wouldn't even have wanted to see videos on her just because she's a guild boss, you know, like who really is gonna cover that, right? At least for that unit. I mean, especially when she came out, there wasn't even the guild boss ready for it. So yeah, that's pretty much that though, guys. Other than that though, these are my characters and all my stuff. We can kind of go through and just kind of like skim through some of my characters here though. We have LR Lost Vein, LR Melly, and we'll just kind of like click through these characters here. But you guys can see I pretty much have like all my other characters like pretty much like you know, invested in like very heavily. But yeah, that just comes with time though, right? Obviously comes with time. A lot of this is going to be throughout you playing Grand Cross and just you know, going through the game. You're going to be leveling up characters and investing in different types of characters and all of that. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much that though for my box. Nothing too crazy, but I mainly wanted to discuss how I was able to get that 13 million in my final push. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.